All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. We'd like to give double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3, pushing this 100% truth across the four winds so we can sit elect and make it to the kingdom. All right, we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we come out in season and out of season to prophesize the downfall of what you know as America, which in the Bible is known as the virgin daughter of Babylon, while simultaneously sealing the Lord's elect. And as you can see going on, all right, the weather's getting nice, so the Lord has a spirit of uproars going on, all right, because we've been out here in the spirit, in season, out of season, but not even 50 to 100 yards away, you got people standing at the damn Liberty pole saying, fight for us, for our lives matter. Well, we've been fighting for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai since we've known the truth, man. There isn't a timeout in this thing, but that's just prophecy coming to pass. The Lord is stirring up a spirit of uproar, okay? Protesting is trending. Read this.
2nd Esdras 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right, and I always like to use, you have to look at the clock of prophecy, all right? You can't get from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock without going through the motions. So we're watching the motions play out. Everything is time ticking, okay? Time is ticking and prophecy is coming to pass, man. So all we're seeing is more prophecy as we're measuring the time, because you have to look at the clock of prophecy with the signs. Yahweh Shai spoke about what? There shall be signs. So we're witnessing the signs, man. You had even in a movie with Mel Gibson, they had a movie literally called Signs, and it was Revelations 12 and 7, where there was a war in heaven, all right? But it was highly weird, so of course they used little green men and shit, but when you spit the bones out, you know that they were talking about the end of the world via what they call UFOs, man, which that's another great sign, okay? Now the U.S. government, they have to push out information admitting that there are vehicles in the heavens, all right, that are so-called not of this world, but they are from this world because those are the chariots of Israel. What do you think the cloud by day and the fire by night was in the wilderness, man? After the great deliverance of what you know as Egypt, which all we are is in a new Egypt all over again. Keep reading.
2nd Esdras 9 and verse 1, and it says, and when thou seest part of the signs past.
Right, which reminds me of Matthew 24, where it says, be not troubled, for these things must come to pass. So we're not getting hasty, you know what I mean? Hey, the nukes ain't coming to the mandatory marking of the beast. So there's in particular things that have to happen so we know where we're at. That's why it says wisdom and knowledge will be your stability of thy times. You see? Because, hey, this is a blessing. These people don't know what's going on. And you know, it proves that when you read Exodus, when the Lord told Moses that, hey, tonight, all the firstborn, the men in the dungeon, the firstborn of the cattle, all in the Pharaoh house are going to die. They didn't know that. Pharaoh didn't know that was coming that night. You see? That's why people, we're in the days of Noah, in the days of Lot. These people don't know, even if they're told. Even if they walk by and they hear, hey, war's coming. You know, a spirit will be on them and say, well, we always hear of war. That's because that's the rumors. Keep going. A great buildup. We're getting ready to enter the greatest days of our life, and you think that shit's gonna come like that? Right. It's a great buildup, man.
Gradualism.
Yeah, gradualism. You see?
This is from the brother actually did a video on it. This is from Russia Today. It says, "Don't be surprised if buildings burn." BLM activist. It says, "Don't be surprised if buildings burn."
Yeah.
BLM activist warns all hell will break loose if Chauvin is acquitted of George Floyd murder.
Yeah, that'll be beautiful.
So that's why they're protesting. So you can expect more protests, more riots, more uproars, more racial tension.
Yeah. Beautiful. And BLM is nothing, is only backed by a modern day Roman, man. You know, George Soros. Keep going in that 9.
Back in 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 1, and it says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Hey, well, let's get it. Let's focus on that point. Can you go to Isaiah 29 and 6? It said visit, right? So what are signs? See, this is why precept upon precept, line upon line, man. You have a Christian that'll just vain jangle. They'll just talk their fucking till their face is blue. But when you hear these words, let's prove it with other precepts. So it said the Lord is visiting the earth through these signs. But what other signs is how the Lord visits the earth? Read that.
Isaiah 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise.
Yep.
With storm and tempest.
Yep.
And the flame of devouring fire.
Right. You just had an earthquake in like Japan. It was at 8:44 in the morning. You know. So it's spiritual, but the Lord is showing you great signs, man. Great signs of Him visiting the earth. A movie to watch is Day After Tomorrow, 2012. Hey, more earthquakes are coming. More tsunamis are coming. These are just sprinkles, man, to the meal. That's seasoning for this main course, man. And these people are gonna get caught up out here, man. You're gonna see nigga women getting thrown in tornadoes. All right, you're gonna see Kemet niggas die in earthquakes and floods.
All the manholes and shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, the Lord about to open up the earth on these people.
Hey, it's a war zone out here, man. It's the spirit of war. You can feel it, you know.
Right.
It's the crime rate is going up. There's an increase in carjackings, home invasions.
Yep.
All right, you got two nigga women beating the shit out of a USPS worker to get the stimulus checks.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, you got a spirit. There isn't a spirit of camaraderie. There's a spirit of anarchy. Okay? You got Fifth Ave down in New York City where the landlords are like $40 million owed in rent. These niggas ain't paying. People aren't respecting authority no more. What did Carmen say? Respect my authority.
And you know what? They can't evict them.
Yep.
So you know what that's gonna do? They gonna get them out another way. So they might go there with guns and cast them out of their house. Just like it says in the scripture. You know?
You got the Biden administration talking with the Supreme Court about enacting a law for warrantless raids on a home for gun seizure.
Yep.
So Esau's blessing is up for question, man. You got people marching down the street against Esau. You got the global elites against your average Edomites, man. Hey, we got books on it. The 48ers, they don't give a shit about your average American Edomite here. I was reading the book, it says how now the average American, white average American, has to live by the 48ers customs, the laws, the religions, and that's true. You right here in America, you'll have the Sabbath, you'll have Passover, you know? That's not an American thing, but it's pushed over here for these average, everyday Americans to reverence it, man. This is what the global elites are doing.
And these average Americans, they're through. They are depressed. They are out of shape, smoking themselves to death. They're done.
Yep.
It's over for them.
Yep.
You know, we already have the victory.
Yep.
Right? You have to believe that and you have to proclaim that. We already have the victory in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yep. Finish this real quick. I just want that point.
Back in Edges 9 and verse 3, and it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Uproars. We have an uproar going on right over here. And was it last summer? We couldn't even be out here. They was up and down every street, man.
You gotta go to the parks.
Oh, right here at the corner, the villa got raided, and now it's out of business, man. Jake was running up in there. Hey, man, this city was on lockdown for a minute, man.
And that's so-called,
I
was going to say, and that's so-called black owned. So that should show you they don't give a fuck. You know?
Yeah, because a lot of Edomite agents were in the midst. Remember Isaiah's, we used to go over there, Isaiah's barbecue spot? That shit got burned down. You see? This is all plans, man. These are agendas that are taking place, you know? Oh, and the brother had mentioned, he said the malls, because why? Ultimately, with what's going on, and with the uproars, is canceling out the middle class, man. Ain't no more middle class dreams, man.
Right.
You know, either you're gonna be rich or you're gonna be poor. Or for uproars?
Yes.
Yeah, what is that?
The definition for uproar is a public expression of protest or outrage, and the etymology is broken down to roar of confusion.
Oh, and damn, there's another word. Damn, there's another word that starts with a D. I did a lesson on it. Lord's will comes to me.
I know you're talking about.
It's not damn. There's a word, but it goes back into demons when they're out here causing mayhem and shit through the protesting, demonstration, something like that. It goes into demons, man. So you got spirits out here. That's why, hey, the brother said it'd be wise to stay home, man. You know, it's nice out. You know, you might want to. The mirth is gone. With the uproars of the people, the mirth is gone. So you gonna go out and run into a fucking bear.
Quarantine.
You know?
No.
I don't know if y'all know, but just this past week, like 4 people died. People got their cars stolen. All right, and some dude that was attempted carjacking, and they killed the old Edomite.
Oh, those 2 gremlins?
Yeah, it's going on. This is up here,
Right.
Rochester.
Right.
People try to steal. He tried to steal this old Edomite's car and killed him.
Man.
Yeah, there's a spirit of death out here, man.
Well, we just had the Passover. What happened? The death angel came around.
Right. Yeah.
If that blood ain't over your doorpost, it's a wrap.
A little more on this.
Back in 2nd Esdras 9 and verse 4, and it says, "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the spake of those things from the days that were before thee."
Oh yeah, the water. It's pandemonium.
Okay.
I did a lesson and I said, man, it's like pandemonium out here. But when you go into the word pandemonium, it goes into demons everywhere, man. So there's spirits out here. The Lord is rousing up spirits. Families are fighting one another. You got ex-NFL players, often a whole fucking, onslaught of people. You know, the school system's done. The image of Babylon is completely broken down. There's no more left. There's no more admirations. There's no more NBA. There's no more NFL. All right. There's no more getting along with the get along because ain't nobody getting along.
Right, man. And it says the daughters of music shall be brought low. Look at this dude, Lil Nasty X, man.
Right.
And what he's doing with Satan.
Yep.
You know, so
Yep.
that's pretty much that pretty much shows you what's going in America.
Right.
That alone it captures America.
Yep. A little more.
Back in 2nd Esdras 9 and verse 4, "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days
Yep.
that were before thee,
Yep.
even from the beginning.
Yep.
For like as all that is made in the world had the beginning and an end,
Yep.
and the end is manifest."
Right. The end is manifest. You're looking at the end. You're looking at the end of the world as you know it, man. Okay? The dollar that you wake up every morning to that annoying alarm clock, clocking into that punk ass job, hey, there's not gonna be. You got mandates now where you have certain requirements. Hey, you don't no longer need a high school diploma for a job.
Right.
Now you need that thing. You see? Now you got to take that new thing. So this should show you how the shifting of society is changing, man. The complacent, just going to work, drinking, going home, getting a woman is out, man. Okay? Because you don't even know if it's a woman.
Right. Right.
You know?
Man, you better start working out. You know, learn how to start a fire,
Yep.
learn how to hunt. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
we're in the spirit of war. We're
Yeah.
not in the spirit of fucking.
Mirth, peace. Hey, there's a time for everything, man. It ain't a time to get overweight and get drunk sitting on the porch, man. Smoking cigarettes, getting high all day. Hey, man, we put the blunt down and picked up incense, man. You know, I was meditating on that. This truth has changed us in the spirit, but our people are still caught up in 1999. Jake's late, man. Hey, it's 2021. You still sagging pants, trying to rap and get high. You're done,
Shit
man.
is out the window.
You're done. You got something?
Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1.
Yep.
To everything there is a season
Yep.
and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Yep.
Jumping down to verse 3, a time to kill and a time to heal.
Yep.
A time to break down and a time to build up.
Yeah, and we're past the healing stage, and we're pretty much past the building up stage because the healing is coming to the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? And the building up is what? The house of David. As the house of David being built is as the Noah's Ark was being built. All right, closing the breaches thereof, bringing them back together under one fold, just like how the Lord, he shut the ark, man. And when you go to shut, it means to imprison, locked in, man. So we in the spirit are locked in, you know?
Verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate.
Yeah, and right now, people are hating who? The so-called white men and women. They have bywords on them. It ain't no more being called nigger, but now Karen.
Jesus
Okay.
is Lord and Savior.
You see? Read it again.
Disciples were students.
A time to love
Yep.
and a time to hate.
Yep.
A time of war and a time of peace.
Yeah, so we're entering a time of war. The second woe is past. Behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And speaking of woes, you got Black Rob on his deathbed, man. So the Lord is doing things out here. He took out Dark Man X, all right, which was spiritual. He took out the King Philip, because those ain't the real royalty, man. The brother did a video on it. Oh boy, from Wakanda Forever. What's his name? He did it, played in Get Out.
Oh yeah.
Kaluuya, the one Jake. Oh, he played Fred Hampton, man. But he was on Saturday Night Live and he said, is what the royal family was afraid the baby was gonna look like. Because you got
because Jake is the real royalty over there, man. I believe his name was Charles Scott. They used to call him Little Black Boy.
Yeah.
But that lineage, there was all Jakes going back to King Alfred. The Vikings also called black people.
Yeah. And the Vikings were the Danes, right?
Yeah, the Danes, the Swedish, the Northmen, or the Norsemen.
Yeah, and real quick, just for a fun fact, I got the lineage right here, and this book tells you how the southern tribe went into Europe, you know, known as the Danes. Let's let this Edomite go by here. Right here. Let me see it. This Edom. You got it, brother.
The Danes are Vikings, man. Like this brother put me on that show, Vikings on Amazon Prime. Those are Israelites.
Yeah.
Those are the Israelite foreigners that were worshiping Odin, which is where you get the word Wednesday from. Yeah. Or knock on wood, which all goes back to Nimrod, man.
Yeah.
So they were worshiping heathen customs. They believed in Valhalla. You know, they had a form of zeal, if you will, but according to the left-hand side. Right. Because they were invading Europe and killing other Jakes.
Yeah. That's what the whole movie Braveheart was about. Yeah. You know? But see, Esau Edom, through his iconoclasm, through his whitewashing, now when you think of God or King James, you know, Constantine, just to name a few, you automatically think that's a Caucasian.
But you know why that's beautiful? Because that's the spirit of prophecy, because that's his whole mission of being loosed.
Right.
Matter of fact, I'll get it.
Rev 20?
You got something.
King James.
That's right. Exactly. And James is a surname of Jacob.
Yep.
So King Jacob. We come from Jacob. That's where we come. We don't come from Africa. We come from the lineage of Jacob.
I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
That's right. Of course you are. There you go, brother. There you go. See? That's that great awakening. We should also hold Daniel's 12. But if the brother want to get this point
You got my
first.
fringes on because I just left the tailor and got 5 shirts done, and they right here.
Hey, that's fine, brother.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But I know the truth.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You know why we have to wear fringes? Why originally it was? Just as a quick point. Do you know why it originally happened?
Book of Numbers 15, 30, 38
Yep.
says he binds us,
Yep.
Israel, to wear them throughout our generations.
Right. Now, my point was, do you know
It's a
what
commandment.
what event took place that the Lord made us put fringes on?
I don't know.
Okay, beautiful. So when the Lord established the Sabbath, you had an in particular Israelite that was picking up sticks. So the reason why we have fringes at the border is because if he would have went down, he would have saw the fringes and made him think, oh, it's a day of rest. It's just as a fun fact how it commenced. That's all. That's all.
okay.
Yeah. So it's something good to know as your culture. You know.
Right.
Read this.
St. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah.
He covered the face of the judges thereof.
Yeah. The faces. Right. To say faces.
It's like faces plural.
Yeah. Read it again.
It says he covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Hey, and guess what? The wicked, he was doing this as the Greeks. When it tells you First Maccabees 3:48? Yep. Hey, when Esau was ruling as the Greeks, which he wasn't the original Greeks, but when he took that over, because see, you know what Esau is? Esau's like Ethan Hawke in the movie Taking Lives. He was a serial killer that once he killed you, he took on your identity. That's what he's doing now. Like when Jacob supplanted Esau and traded for the birthright, he put on the goat's hair to portray as Esau before the father. So now Esau puts on our culture to portray himself as Jacob before our father.
That's right.
But he ain't gonna fool the father, man. But he's so sick, he goes as far as taking our organs, our eyes, just like in the movie Get Out. You know, he's a very sick puppy, man. Read this
He's not
again.
human. He's mankind.
Yes, sure. Yeah, he's the son of the wicked.
Right. He's not.
St. Job 9 and verse 24.
I gotta go, guys.
Hey, no problem, brother. You come back, brother. We're here, Lord's will, every Saturday between 1 and 4.
All right, keep letting you guys light shine.
All right, brother. Shalom.
Shalom.
St. Job 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, it was given. Now the earth always hasn't been. So this is a prophecy. So, and when, matter of fact, this book that I got, it actually talks about Esau's world domination, man. Oh, look, it says the dominion of Esau. Okay, this is why he runs the UN. This is why you have the Revelations 13, NATO, EU. Okay, these are all big conglomerates of Edomite rulership. So you can't just say Esau rules the world. You actually have to go into the legislations, to the Supreme Courts. You can't just say he's the wicked. Now he has establishments to back it up. So you like they'll say, oh, the police. It's not the police. It's the system. You know, it's not the food that was nasty. It's the cook. So it's more than that.
The source.
Yeah, he's right. It's the source. Read that again.
Yep. St. Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah.
He covers the faces of the judges thereof.
Yeah.
If not, where and who is he?
Right. And it says that he covers the faces of the judges thereof. And the first main judge is who? Yahweh Shai.
Right.
But he didn't stop there. You know, he even, hey man, this guy, he's so covetous in covering faces. He's covering the faces of Hamites. Oh, you have a movie, Last Samurai. They put Tom Cruise in it. You know, you watch the movie Gods and Kings. Is it Gods and Kings of Egypt with Christian Bale? He's the Hamites, but the Hamite servants are Jakes. So he'll put black people as a slave, 12 years a slave. It's a Jake. But you see, so hey, this is the devil. And another thing, had a fun fact, he puts himself as the Egyptians. One, you would have to say what time period, because under the Ptolemy dynasty, he was ruling Egypt. But before that, it was funky ass cow drinking piss ham, you know? But even as that, if you look at it, Esau says he's the Egyptians. Well, look at you and the Egyptians, you had a people enslaved. If you're calling yourself them, then you come over here and enslave people. So all you are is a war machine, man. You know?
From the earth.
You want to get that point?
First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 48. And it says, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Right. So they were what? They were in the spirit of iconoclasm back then. Here it is. They outlawed our book, but then when they got it, well, it's outlawed for you, but I can draw me on it. That's the spirit of Esau. So you know, in that one thing, it bewitches you. You know, because visualization is a powerful thing. Yeah. Some people say they need to see it to believe it. So when they see it, and then what's even crazier, this is how you know the spirit of the anti-Mashiach is strong. When you go into color, people say, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Your response should be way different. That just shows you the Lord ain't dealing with you. When we found out, one, the true name was Yahweh Shai, and two, he was a man of color, we didn't have the spirit to say, oh, that doesn't matter. No, for truth. That's truth's sake, man. So people are very dishonorable, man. People are very, you're not about honor.
Delusional.
You're not about truth's sake. Because ultimately in your mind, you got a Captain Save an Edomite spirit, man. Because you know what that entails is, now we have to question why it changed to white. You see? Why is it not Chinese? You know? But you know, that's just the spirit of Esau. You had that, something?
Real quick. This is First Maccabees 3 and verse 48.
Oh, it's the spirit.
And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Right, and that's what Esau does. He paints the likeness of his image, and that's the spirit. It just came out twice. The Lord speaketh once, he speaketh twice. So that means something, man. Okay? It's called truth's sake. So we are in a time of revealing, of revelations. That's why even the description of Yahweh Shai was given back to John in the book of what? Revelations, to be revealed. You know, and people have a problem with that, man. You have a problem. Oh, am I become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Yeah, you mentioned iconoclasm. Iconoclasm means the destruction of the images. What images? Images of the original royalty that ruled over Europe.
Yeah.
Because this man came into power during the time of the Renaissance, which was about the late 1300s all the way up to 1492, really up until now. because Renaissance means rebirth. Rebirth of what? The Roman Empire.
Yep.
So with that, he had to cover the faces to make himself look like he's the popes, he's the kings, he's the prophets.
Yep.
His story.
Yep.
The victim.
Yep. His story. You know, but that was the prophecy coming to pass. You see? But you got Rev 20?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into Rev 20.
This is Revelation chapter 20.
Yeah, start at 1.
This is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 1. Now I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit.
Right, and you brothers know who this angel is, right? Yeah. You know Gabar?
Yeah.
Yep. Yahweh Shai, right? And he had the key of the bottomless pit. What's the bottomless pit? Europe, right. Keep going.
And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit.
And why did he have the key? Because he's the Alpha and the Omega. He's the judge. You see? He finished his course. That's why he said it's fulfilled. What he had to do to be that sacrificial lamb, to have this power now. Keep going.
Just to prove that. This is Revelation chapter 1 and verse 18. Revelation 1 verse 18. I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forever. Amen. And have the keys of hell and of death.
Right, life and death, Alpha and Omega. You see?
And that proves that hell is a condition. All right, being put, having still upon you, being in the cage for 1,000 years, that's a good condition of hell.
Yep.
Hell, us being slavery right now, that's the condition of hell.
Yep. Only Esau claims we're free. You know? We ain't free. We're in captivity here, man. Captivity of the mind, captivity through money. Hey, man, if they want, they could shut your bank down, man. They could put a hold on your money. They could turn your water off, your electricity off, and you paid bills. Then they tax you. Here it is, they tax you, and then you got to pay to get your taxes filed. That's unrighteous, man. Oh, they unbalanced weights of money, you know, the Federal Reserve note. You know, that's completely unrighteous. No silver, no gold. The money was once backed by gold and silver. The dollar is supposed to be a certificate. Now it's just a Federal Reserve note. It's an IOU. It's an IOU backed by military presence, man. You see? And now it's becoming digital.
Revelation 20 verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon,
Yep.
that old serpent.
Yeah, the dragon who? That Roman Empire. All right? The pagan Roman Empire. All right? The same empire that our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai was born in, man. The same empire that put out an executive order to kill all males 2 and under. Executive orders, man. As soon as they wrote that decree, kill them all. That's why he had to flee, you know,
Yeah, under Herod, which Herod was the Edomite.
but claimed to be an Israelite. Why?
His mother wasn't
Israelite.
how you say it? Israelite.
Yep, Israelite. Yep. So his daughter was a tear, you see, and they got converted under the reign of the Maccabees, man. And then they took on and then kept it going. Because when Yahweh Shai, just before Yahweh Shai was on the scene, our temple was known as Herod's temple. Matter of fact, let's get it. The Spirit keeps having me pull out this book. Read that again.
It says,
Function.
Revelation 22, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent.
Yeah. The old serpent going back to the garden. Do you, Ramaf, I know you know, do you brothers know what the word serpent means in the blue letter in Genesis 3? Enchanter, a witch, a sorcerer. So he was a witch, man. The wicked are estranged from the womb. As soon as they be born speaking lies, that's exactly the spirit he was in like now, man. So when you go into that snake, you look it up, you know, in your own time, it goes into an enchanter. So that'll cut someone. See, no, that wasn't a literal snake. She wasn't fucking Dr. Doolittle. She wasn't talking to animals, you know.
Metaphor.
Read that again, Baba Kasha. Hey, yo, break it down. That's the second week in a row, man. That's the Lord, bro. You heard him? He said that with sincerity. How about Shimmy outside? Break it down. Look at that, bro. The Lord is speaking, man. May that be a blessing to that brother. Because you can see how that was sincere in his face, man. We were just talking about the grand awakening. We're in a grand awakening, brothers. You know, this is amazing. And I got a little fun fact, Herod, we want to go into. Okay, so back in this book, which I probably should do a lesson on it, the brother Marar put us on, It's still like $18.99. Last we know, this was once a couple hundred, right?
Yeah.
That was very
That shit
expensive.
was expensive.
So if it's on your spirit, cop it.
It still is. It's over 1,000.
Yeah.
Certain-
Oh, in certain place, I got it. Fuck it, I got it for 1933. You
That's how
know?
bad the economy is. They thirsty.
Right. Right. Whatever. Yeah. We're gonna go whatever the spirit has. Can you get Rev 20 for him? Yeah. You get Rev 24. Let's have a little history. Hey, come back, brother, because you're the historian.
Well, you know what? They probably like the cat's out the bag. There's no need
Right.
to hide it no more.
Right.
$18.99
Right.
now.
But the Russian icon book is still a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
So read Rev 20 from the top again.
Rev 20 and verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven.
And this is the real history. This is real history. If Esau had any real knowledge, when you went to history class in 8th grade, 9th grade, you'd have been in this. Because 9th grade history is Daniel 7.
Yeah, yep.
The Louisiana Purchase, the Civil War, the Declaration of Independence. When I was in school, I don't give a shit about this.
Middle school.
I don't give a shit about that. But now looking back, I'm like, damn, I should have paid attention.
I always love history.
Right.
That was just my favorite. Then history, social studies, shit like that.
Yep.
Math is my problem.
And it says, having the key of the bottomless pit
Yep.
and a great chain in his hand.
Yep. Yahweh Shai.
Verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent.
The old serpent, which we know was the serpent in the garden. And then it never really goes into how the serpent died, but then it then comes back who? Cain and Abel. And a fun fact, Cain was born first, then Abel, just like how Esau was born first, then Jacob. You see? So keep going.
It says, that old serpent,
Yep.
which is the devil.
Right, and devil meaning what? Deceiver. And that serpent beguiled or deceived who? Eve. So now, because one thing I had wanted to do a lesson, you may have fooled the world, but you ain't fooling the Father. He got the world believing he's the 48ers. He's got the world believing he's the chosen. But now history is saying otherwise. Like the brother said, the cat's out the bag, man.
Being exposed on all levels.
I shall make Esau bear.
And it says, which is the devil
Yep.
and Satan,
Yep.
and bound him 1,000 years.
Yeah, and bound him 1,000 years, and that's where he was. He was pushed, or shall I say, he was chased after as a thief. Hey, there was a time where Esau, Edom, it was illegal for him to be out here.
Yep.
You know, the Lord gave Jake power. He gave Jake power over Esau for a period of time, and the Bible prophesies it being roughly what you know as 1,000 years. And he was in there, which we also have the book. Was you getting the 13 tribe? But we have a book. It's all good. So we have a book too called the 13 tribe, where it breaks down. Oh, and this book breaks it down too. It tells who you know as the 48ers today. They didn't come from Canaan. They came from Volga. You see? Oh, he said you didn't come from Canaan. You came from Caucasus. You know? So, hey, man. Hey.
See the Abraham. See the Abraham.
Right,
Right,
but
brother.
then Isaac and then Jacob. Don't forget those other two.
And
Read this again.
Yep. Rev 20 and verse 2. And it says, and he laid hold on the